Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark. It is 6:51 p.m. on Saturday, March 16, 2024, and I want to show you the latest stuff that I got. But first, I want to give a little review of a movie that I saw today called Love Lies Bleeding. It stars Kristen Stewart, and I had to go like an hour away from here. I had to drive like over an hour to get to a theater that actually plays this movie. But it's well worth seeing in the theater. At least I think so. Um, so it takes place in the 1980s, and for a long while, it was unclear exactly when it was taking place, but late in the film, it's indicated it takes place like during and after the fall of the Berlin Wall. So, like early November 1989. So, yeah. All right. So, Kristen Stewart plays like a reclusive gym owner, or at least she runs the gym. Her father owns it. So she, uh, the first thing that we see in the film, she is literally trying to unclog a toilet with her bare hands. And hey, Donald, thanks for joining me. And then she flushes it, and we actually like see the shit clogging the toilet, and she's waiting, and finally it goes down. So it's like, okay, yeah, we really needed to see that. Here's the thing: the movie is very dirty, and by dirty I mean like it's very like gritty. It looks kind of ugly and raw, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so she's got this girlfriend, and in the meantime, I'm not even sure exactly where the movie is supposed to take place, like the bulk of the movie. It's fairly close to Las Vegas, but I'm not sure where exactly. I don't know if they said it, but this girl shows up in town, and she gets a job as a waitress at a restaurant at a gun range. Turns out that Kristen Stewart's character's father owns that gun range as well. So this girl is on her, she's hitchhiking her way to Las Vegas. She wants to enter like a bodybuilding uh, competition type thing, um, and win. Beyond that, she hasn't made any plans. Later on, she eventually says maybe she'll start up her own gym or her own training type thing if when she wins because she's confident that she'll win. In the meantime, she meets up with Kristen Stewart. Um, Kristen saves her at one point and lets her work out at the gym and even lets her stay at her like really crappy apartment. Um, and they get together. Um, Kristen isn't close with her dad. She doesn't want to talk to him. He's into like shady stuff. He's had people killed. Um, the police are in on it. They cover up for him. And Kristen's mom, sorry, I don't remember the characters' names, but Kristen's mom disappeared like 12 years ago. Eventually, she figures out that her dad killed her or had her killed. But here's the thing: Kristen gets her into like using steroids, and like she shoots her up with stuff, and then eventually this other girl starts taking more and more of it. And here's one thing that I don't like about the movie is that they do a lot of these CG effects with her muscles suddenly like bulking up, like very suddenly. Um, it's obviously fake. Uh, anyway, without going too much into all the plot and stuff, Kristen's sister is married to this jerk that beats her up and he puts her in a coma. I guess I won't get into the plot actually. So this other girl that Kristen is seeing goes and kills him rather brutally. And then Kristen's like, oh shit. So they get rid of the body. They put him in his car, drive him out somewhere to where Kristen knows that her dad has bodies disposed of. And they put the car there, they blow it up. Here's the thing, on the way there, who did they happen to run across on the street while at stoplights? Kristen's other girlfriend. Yeah. So, all right, long story short, these characters make a lot of bad decisions, and they have to cover stuff up, and they get turned against each other, and all of this stuff. Now, in the end, it works out. I don't want to spoil too much of the ending, but there's one thing that I gotta address. That's my parakeet. Anyway, so during the final confrontation between Kristen and her dad, the dad's about to kill her. And the girlfriend hears her cries for help, and she roid rages out, she hulks out. But She-Hulk ain't got nothing on her because, okay, she literally turns into a giant. I'm not even joking. She's huge. She goes and pins down Kristen's dad. Kristen puts a gun in his mouth. He's about to shoot him, but the police are approaching, so Kristen leaves him to get caught because she had already told the FBI everything about him. And then Kristen and her girlfriend skip town, and they're off to go somewhere. So it's a happy ever after for them, I guess. There's a lot of surreal moments here in the film, and you could argue, I guess, that a lot of it, because it's so surreal, that it could be that the steroids are affecting her mind, and we're just seeing stuff the way that she sees it, and not how it actually happens, I guess. But the dad sure was surprised when he saw her as a child. I mean, maybe that's how she saw him see her. I don't know. It's a fun movie, and kudos for the music. A lot of 80s songs. I didn't recognize any of the songs. I assume they're all 80s songs. I didn't recognize anything, so they didn't go for any big hits, nothing well known or nothing like that. It's a fairly short movie. It's an hour and 44 minutes. And by the way, the previews didn't even start until 10 minutes after the announced start time. So there's that, and I believe the movie itself didn't start until about 18 minutes after the announced start time of previews. Yeah, something like that. It was supposed to, the announced start time was 2:10. The movie itself started at 2:28 and it got out at 4:12. No end credits scene or mid credits scene or anything like that, by the way. I don't think the movie itself started until 215, 220, something like that. I saw a trailer for Furiosa. I want to see that so bad. um, but anyway, so that's my review. Go see it. Now, I want to show you stuff that I got. This was a few days ago. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in 4K. Got solely for Amber, my girl. But yeah, I just wish there were like deleted scenes or something here. There's a bunch of like special features. Finding the Lost Kingdom, Aquaman rolls above and below. Atlantean blood is thicker than water. It's a Manta world. Necros, the Lost Black City. Escape from the Deserter world. Brawling at Kingsfish Lair. And O Topo. Okay. I wonder how much that Amber features in the special features. She's not even like on the back. That's a shame. They really tried to minimize her role in this film. And what's ironic is the movie would have done a lot better at the box office if they didn't waste millions of dollars on those stupid reshoots to cut down her role. Anyway. And I also got Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney. So, yeah. And today, on my way to that theater, I stopped by another Walmart and I found some stuff in electronics. So I had to get them. The Hunger Games 4-movie collection in 4K. Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray, but since I got Battle of Songbirds and Snakes in 4K, I decided to get the original movies in 4K. And yeah. And then I was so surprised when I saw this. And it's a steelbook for this movie, of all things. Rad. Has a Mondo steelbook. So this movie, I never saw it, but I've seen like reviews of it. It's from 1986. It's only 93 minutes long. Tons of special features, surprisingly. It's only on Blu-ray, it seems, but it says it was scanned and restored in 4K from its 35 millimeter original camera negative. So why isn't it on a 4K disc? Unless it is, I'm going to have to look that up to see if it's available in 4K. But anyway, so this is about like BMX, Daredevil bikers, and it's supposedly like a cheesy movie. I know there's a scene that uses "Send Me an Angel" by Real Life, which I already knew from The Wizard, which was from 1989, but this is 3 years earlier. Anyway, rad Q&A session featuring cast members Bill Allen, Talia Shire is in this? Wow. Bart Connor, screenwriter Sam Bernard, and hosted by Jorma Taco. Archival video interviews with cast and crew, I guess from the 80s probably. Original behind-the-scenes featurette and Break the Ice music video. I don't know which band or artist is featured in that music video, but anyway. I heard this movie's kind of dumb and cheesy in an 80s way, but I look forward to watching it. And Street Fighter 1994 on Blu-ray. Yep. I saw this on VHS way back in the day. We rented it. I didn't see it in the theater, but apparently it has new interviews with writer, director, and let's see what's Ming-Na Wen, Damien Chapon, producer. New featurettes, Van Damme at Universal, Game versus Film, Game Over with composer Graham Ravel, The Making of Street Fighter, outtakes in the lead scenes, archival audio commentary. I guess there was the previous DVD release. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there was. Storyboard and game and video game sequences and more. Okay, ma'am, don't chew the bag. Miss Kitty's up here on my desk. Anyway, ma'am, no, do not chew, ma'am, Miss Ma'am. Anyway, then I stopped at Big Lots on the way to the theater. I got Bitten, the complete second season. I got the first season a while ago at my Big Lots, and now I found the second season. So if I find the third, I've got the entire series. So, yeah. And that's it. Not much else to say. Hi. Anyway, so I just want to share that with all of you. And it's 7:08 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.